This is what is called howlite. It's a white stone with really cool veins. It actually takes dye really well, so it's often dyed really pretty colors and passed off sometimes honestly and sometimes not so much as other stones because it takes the dye so well and looks so pretty. But this is the natural white, and it looks almost like if somebody took a moon rock or took the moon and elongated it and polished it. But actually, this, if you think about it, this is proof that the moon is flat. And like, after all, if the Earth is flat, the moon probably should be flat too, and all the other planets. So we're going to wrap this flat moon, and nice earthy natural tone. We're going to use a nice vintage bronze, which is the color of basically rusted bronze, but this is a simulated color, so it has a coating, so it won't change from the color it is now, but it's a nice yellowy brown. And we're going to take about 2.5 feet. We might not use it all, but just in case. This pattern will work with any flat stone that's drilled straight through top to bottom. We're going to put the wire in, make sure the wire fits the size hole you have. 20 gauge here will fit most of these drilled stones. I'm going to put the two ends together and then, and then stretch it out to find where the middle of the wire is, roughly. You don't have to be perfect. And then we're going to bend it and bend it like that. And now we're going to make a loop at the top. This is a pattern you probably have seen me do a bunch of times, but I'm going to do it different each time. In fact, I don't even know which version of it I'm going to do today. I might come up with a new one because it's so versatile. And what I just did there was I made the loop the size I wanted, and then I just gave it half a flip. That locks it in. And now I fold down this part, and I fold up. Sorry, if I move it out of camera, it's because the wire's trying to grab the camera stand. Move up that part, and then I pick a place somewhere in the bottom corner for these two to cross, and once they cross like this, you can start to keep them wrapping in the same direction. They start to create a spiral, and you can pull it tight or loose. A very tight spiral will have no space in between. A loose spiral will have space to show some of the stone. You can go either one, and then you can wrap it as many times as you want to make the spiral bigger or smaller. I like the space in that, but I want it a little tighter. You can also come in and tweak it in different ways. Be careful you don't slip. Whoops, that was kind of a slip, but I didn't scratch, luckily. You can press it flat against the stone. You can tweak it by pulling on each wire at a different way. But in any case, eventually, just let it be and move on. And now we're going to wrap. We're going to wrap this one around the back. This one, we're going to have do a little. Let's do a little double coil here. Make this first one really small. Let's see. Pinch that really tiny. Pull it really tight. All right. Oh, it's kitty cat. What, are you hungry? Go away, kitty cat. We'll feed you after the video. You can't help. Please go find something to do. Now I'm going to roll this a little tighter. I want it a little bit further down, closer to the first spiral. Pressing it flat against the stone, rolling it. And now I'm going to come up and do a little tiny single loop like that. Again, roll that one a little tighter, pull it tighter, roll it tighter. I'm always trying to make things tighter. And then I'm going to wrap that around the top loop once, all the way around, and maybe once, 1.5 times. And then what do we do with this one? We'll fold it over here, and so that these guys, it's always good to cross wires and strengthen them whenever you can if it's not going to make anything ugly. And the back, we don't care about so much. So we're going to cross these, twist them. That's going to lock them in for whatever else we do next. Now everything is tighter here. And I think we're just going to take these two and very simply come up this side, start them off separate, and then we'll bring them together like this. She's still meowing in the background. You got your chance to be on film. If you want to be on film again, you got to do something more interesting. You got to perform. Ooh, I've never tried this before. So a double loop here, and then we'll roll that a little tighter. Pull it a little tighter. Ooh, that's interesting. And then we'll come around here, like that, and we'll finish it off with a scarf. Look in the back, that's all secure. Pulling 3 different directions makes it really strong. So I just check in the back because I have all this extra wire to play with. If I need to go back and strengthen anything, now's the time. If I want to do this all in one piece of wire, which I love, that's always my goal. Wrap it around as many times as you need until you get close to the top. Stack the wraps. It makes like what I call scarfing the top loop as if it was a face. Cut 2 tabs halfway across the loop. Grab those 2 tabs and push them towards the middle. Oh my goodness, she's getting demanding. And then pinch them down into the bowl made by the scarf, and they disappear. Mess with everything again, make sure everything's right where you want it. I always like to really tweak my curves and loops and make them really, really as dynamic and interesting and curvy as I wanted. But I think I'm happy with this. Everything looks good, and give it some jump rings and a black cord, and that would be nice and elegante to go with a pretty dress, I would say. Or even just a fun shirt with jeans. Could go either way.